Here's a question to start off today's episode. When you fall, do you see it as a sign that you failed, or do you view it as an opportunity to rise up stronger? Think about that. Are you someone who defines success solely by reaching your goal, or do you recognize that getting back up, dusting yourself off and continuing on your journey is a real victory? I'm Sanj and welcome to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. This is a podcast that helps you navigate through life's challenges by helping you to master your mindset so you can master your life. If you get something from this episode, please share it with someone who you think would benefit from hearing it. I'd also really appreciate it if you could leave me a rating or a review. So today I'm going to be tackling something that everyone has experienced at some point in their life, and that is failure. But I'm not just going to be talking about failure as you fail. I'm going to be talking about why the biggest win that you can have is not necessarily reaching your goal, but actually getting back up after you've fallen, after you've stumbled. So let me begin with a quote that speaks directly on today's topic, and it's from Nelson Mandela, who once said, "Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again." And that just hits home on this topic. It's not about the end result. It's great to get that end result, but it's about how many times you've shown resilience, courage, and determination by rising up after a fall. Because honestly, you would never win. You would never get that end result if you didn't get up after the fall. So if you've ever felt down after failing or wondered if you'd ever get to your goal you've set for yourself, then this episode is for you. I mean, we believe the big win is actually achieving the goal because that's what we dream of, that's what we want. Most of us think that success only comes when we reach the goal. We see the moment of achievement as a pinnacle rather than recognizing that each time we get up after a setback is a real victory, and without those victories you would never get that goal. And the reason why we think like that is because society has conditioned us to believe that the end result is everything. From a young age, you're taught that winning is what matters. The trophy, the grade, the promotion, these are the milestones you celebrate. But the truth is, success is not a straight line. It's not easy. The path to success is full of failures. It's full of stumbles, detours, and outright failures. 60% of successful entrepreneurs have failed at least once before finding success. You don't hear about the first failures because people focus on the outcome, not the journey. But that journey, that's where the real magic happened for them, and that's where the real magic will happen for you. You're on this journey. You want to better yourself. You want to become the best version of yourself. You want that dream life. But there's no way you're going to get there if you don't get up after a fall. The big win isn't just about achieving the goal. It's about the process of getting there. It's about the moments where you want to quit or you wanted to quit, but you don't or you didn't. The times when things went wrong and you had to recalibrate, you had to adjust yourself, you had to keep going. Because the truth is, getting up after a failure is the ultimate test of character, the ultimate test of resilience, and the ultimate test of strength. It is not about getting to your goal. It's that journey, that process getting you there. Getting up after a fall is hard though, I'm not going to lie. It's not going to be easy because after you fall, nobody likes to fall. Nobody likes to fail. It stings. It bruises the ego and it can make you question what you're worth. But let's break down 3 big reasons why getting up after a fall feels so tough. The first thing is the fear of judgment. When you fail, you're often more concerned about what others will think of you. What will my friends say? What will my family say? What will my co-workers say? Will they think I'm not capable? I'm not good enough? And that fear of judgment can actually paralyze you. But the truth is, People are more likely to respect you who keep going after a fall, much more than those who never take the risk. How many times do you watch it in the movies? You want the underdog to win. You want the guy who's struggling behind. You want him to pull through. The guy who's had those setbacks. You want him to win. You want him to come out victor. That's the same as life. You want to actually make sure that when you're thinking about, oh, will people judge me? Yes, they will judge you, but you can't stop that. But they'll actually be voting. They'll be cheering for you to actually get to your goal, because they love a true underdog story, someone who battled through that hardship, who beat those challenges and then got to where they want to be. The second reason it's so hard to get up after a fall is because your ego. It's hard to admit when you're wrong, or when you've messed up especially, or when you've fallen short. Your pride makes it difficult to acknowledge that failure is part of the process. You don't want to fail. Honestly, it would be amazing if you could get to your goals without failing. But what would you learn on the way? Because you actually learn more by failing than you do by winning. It's those failures that help you improve. It's those mistakes that you make that help you become the best version of yourself. It's those failures and those stumbles that help you realize actually where you need to shift your mindset. Your ego does not serve you in growth. In fact, it's actually the thing that holds you back from standing up. It's a thing that's going to keep you on the floor because you're worried. Yeah, you don't want to admit that you failed. And then the third thing, the biggest thing, is the fear of failing again. Once you've experienced failure and you're there like, oh my gosh, I'm probably going to do it again. It can feel like the odds of repeating that failure is higher. And it's easy to think if I try again, I'll just fail again. But the truth is, every failure brings you closer to success because you're learning what doesn't work. And then you will take a step back and you'll readjust and you'll know what you need to change. Remember, Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. What different would today's world look like if he had given up after his first failure? Every time you get up after a fall, you're one step closer to success. Use those failures, those falls, as lessons. So when you do get back up though, that's when things start to change for you. So let's talk about what actually happens mentally and psychologically when you do get back up after a fall. You see, every time you rise after failing, you strengthen your mindset. You build up your resilience and your capacity to face challenges. You're actually rewiring your brain for perseverance. And so here are 3 powerful benefits of continuing after failure. The first thing is you are building resilience. Every time you stand back up after a fall, you build that mental toughness. Resilience is like a muscle. You have to work it to make it stronger. So each time you push through failure, you're training your brain to handle adversity better the next time. People who bounce back from failure are 75% more likely to succeed in future endeavors compared to those who don't try again. So think about it. You're building resilience. You're building yourself up. You're making yourself stronger and you're making yourself more likely to succeed in the future as well. You also have improved problem solving skills because let's be honest, when you're failing, it forces you to reevaluate your approach and it helps you see what went wrong and it gives you the opportunity to try something different. And over time, this helps you build your problem solving abilities because it makes you more adaptable. It makes you more innovative because every time you fail, you're going to have to try and come up with a different solution. So you're going to be coming up, trying new things, thinking outside the box. And the final thing is it boosts your confidence. Believe it or not, getting up after failure actually boosts your confidence. You begin to trust yourself more because you have proven to yourself that you can handle setbacks. And psychologists have even found that people who bounce back from failure develop high levels of self-efficacy, which is a belief in your own ability to succeed. Can you imagine that? You're believing in yourself. Failure is not the end, it's a reset button. When you get back up, you're telling yourself and you're telling the world, I'm not done yet. And if you want to do this, here are the 3 best mindset shifts you need to continue after you've had a fall. So this is an actionable part of this episode. Number 1, failure is feedback. When you start actually seeing failure as feedback, not defeat, each failure is a message that you're getting. It's telling you what didn't work so you can adjust and try again. Don't take it personally. Take it as information. So take it as actually, you know what, you got to try something different. There's a saying that says, failure is a condiment that gives success its flavor. When you know you failed and you end up getting to your goal in the end, that knowing that, yeah, you've had those failures, but you still pulled through, that's what makes that victory extra sweet. The next mindset shift you need to make is focus on progress, not perfection. Too often, we set ourselves up for disappointment because we're aiming for perfection. Perfection doesn't exist. What's perfect to you is not perfect to someone else. The truth is, perfection is impossible. It's actually the progress. That's what counts. So if you fell short this time, celebrate how far you've come. Celebrate that you actually had the resilience to keep going. Progress is a process, not a destination. And the third thing is, remember your why. When you fail, it's easy to forget why you started in the first place. So go back to your motivation. Why are you doing this? What's the bigger picture? When you connect with your why, when it's actually deeply enrooted in your life, in your reason for actually doing this, you'll find the fuel to keep going. Even if you fail again and again, you'll keep getting up because you have a strong why. These mindset shifts aren't just nice to have. They're actually essential if you want to turn failure into success. So what if the only differences between success and failure is your ability to get back up one more time? What is holding you back from getting back up? It's not about how many times you fail, it's about how many times you rise. Every fall is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you're stronger, you're wiser, and you're more determined before. You'll start to believe in yourself more than you ever have. Remember, the biggest win you have is getting back up after a fall, not just reaching your goal. So, as always, remember, your mindset shapes your reality. You master it, you'll master your life. And my mission is to make a positive impact on this world, and I sincerely hope you can help me do this by liking, by following, and by sharing this podcast with others. So until next time, keep seeking, keep growing, and keep mastering your mindset to master your life. Thank you.